What's up, guys? I'm gonna try to make this quick because I want to get back to working and enjoying my music, but I'm gonna show you the setup. So I got my canopy. Yes, it's ripped to shreds, it's missing a bolt, but it does the job. Anyways, this is my workstation. I am drilling out holes. I don't know what size these studs are, but I am going to weld these studs in here and then weld these plates. It's a 1 inch by what is it, 1.5 inch long, 1/4 inch plates. I have 2 of them sandwiched together because I am creating essentially 4 pieces of this thing. So I got my side steps in today, and the kit came with pretty much everything you need except this kit here. Hold on, let me wipe my lens. This kit here is supposed to, bolt up, and they give you a new bolt for this. Bolt up here, which is the, I don't know what you call this, but anyways, then they provide you this. Now this is the issue because this bolts up here and the plate sandwiches the side plate on this, but the problem is it flexes too much. I don't know if you could tell that in the video, but it flexes too much, and right away if you look at it you can tell why it flexes so much. I mean, with this in itself, it's not enough to handle that weight. It'll bend it, and this is rubber, by the way, so that's not very it gives it a lot of play. So their solution to this was to add this skinny bracket. It's angled here, so it raises up, comes out, so it lines up with this part of the paneling. Now what they want you to do is drill a hole onto this sheet of metal and put in a screw. You heard me right, a screw right there. Now the problem with that is you got all this weight vertically on the side step. This ain't really doing jack shit because it's so far off. If the anchor point was over here or something, then I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. So I'm not going to use this. I'm not going to use that. What I'm going to do is those plates that I showed you initially, I'm going to weld it here. I've already grinded this part off. I'm going to weld it here with the stud, protruding out that way, and I'm going to cut the brackets they sent me and pretty much use them for their holes already drilled up, and I'll cut them. That way I can put one facing this way so it bolts up with a nut, and then I'll have one and I'll drill one here, or I might just weld it, I'm not sure yet, but either way, weld a drill here, put them together, and then weld the 2 pieces of metal that come down together. And with that, it will take most of the loading on the side step with this in place. So that's my plan, because like this, it's just not going to work. I don't like it. And I heard the reviews, and I can tell why, because this is not a great solution. And then you add the fact that you're using a screw. Nah, it ain't gonna fly. But yeah, that's it for now. Looking good. Now I'm gonna get back to drilling and maybe some welding today, and then I'll put them on tomorrow. After, dude, to be honest, I don't know how long I've been working on this. I just know it's been longer than it should have. And just to give you, well, I'll just show you first actually. So I got on the driver's side. I have not got the passenger side on. That's a whole nother deal. But now, this baby right here hardly has any flex on it. Nothing really. The whole truck moves it actually. So when my new seats come in, I'll replace all this carpet. This shouldn't happen at an, what do you call it, an accelerated rate, because now I got this side step. And let me show you what I did. So from the front you can kind of tell what I did. The tab, the inner tab right there, is what I added on both of these sides. The outer ones is what the kit came with, the mounting kit. So technically I didn't have to buy any more material. I used the brackets that they had. So in the previous segment in my video, that was actually yesterday. Today's a new day, which I was up till 2 in the morning. I was watching Happy Gilmore because I've seen it before, but I couldn't remember it, so I watched it over again because I may watch the second one. Anyhow, so I finished those tabs that I showed you guys, and I welded them onto the panel, the body of the truck here, as you can tell. This one's sitting sideways, and so my idea with the stud was so I can easily disassemble it, take it off, and put it back on. Otherwise, I would have just welded it straight onto there. But that's what that was for. And I had to weld a piece of bracket here. It's not pretty, but it does the job. I'd go back and cut this and shape it to be better, but to be honest with y'all, I'm satisfied with it. Given everything that I have to do, I'm perfectly fine being the way that it is. I got some underbody coating, so prevent rust where all the bare metal was. And so I'll show y'all here. This hole here is where the bracket wanted you to bolt it onto. So I wanted you to bolt it onto here, and then extend diagonally to here, and then it wanted you to drill a hole here and put a screw, not even as thick as this. And I don't mean a machine bolt, I'm talking about a screw. They wanted you to put a screw right here. Now, first of all, putting a screw here is nowhere as secure as this, as a machine bolt. But secondly, it's a thin panel. They can't support all that weight without having some kind of flex and movement on that itself. And then third but not least, having that bracket mounted like at a, what is that angle? I don't know, I can't tell. But it was such at an angle, that it essentially did nothing for the vertical loading that would happen when you step on this. So naturally the whole thing would flex down. And not to mention these this bushing here, it's all rubber, like in its entirety. So the only thing that's steel is this, but all this is rubber. So no matter how tight you get this, you're only squeezing on rubber. And if we would have mounted the way they wanted us to do it, this would have been taking all the abuse, all the twisting, all the back and forth, and then before you know it, that'll probably be worn out too. And there's no amount of tightening that would fix it. You'd have to get a new one, and then the same problem would. So now doing it this way now keeps all the weight right here, right where it needs to be, and this acts as a structural part. Look at me talking engineer. I'm no engineer, but I get how this stuff works, and I'm satisfied. I'm super satisfied with it. And the other side is the same. It's just a little bit shorter. If you can see that there, because they wanted me to do the same thing. They wanted the bracket on that hole onto that panel, drill through that panel, and screw it on. And so if you can imagine that bracket going to here, what's going to happen when you step on the side step? If it's only anchored in these three spots, the whole damn thing's going to go down. And that is why I chose this spot for all the side steps. Anyways, the kit I got from Amazon, it was $220. I really didn't have to buy anything metal. Well, I take it back. The way I made these metal plates here it was from an extra 1/4 inch scrap metal I had laying around. But other than that, it's the whole kit's pretty good if you set it up right. And while I was down here, I also went ahead and grinded. I'm not sure what this. Oh, actually, I do know what it is. This truck came with the sport body, and I guess it was screwed on. That's what all these holes are for. So they were protruding out. So I grinded them all down, sanded them down. So when I go get it painted, it'll be all smooth down here, and none of my cloths or anything will catch on it. But yeah. Next up is the passenger side step. Boom. I got my new side mirror there with the blind spot so I can see my tire where it's hitting for curbs and stuff and things like that. And like I said, I'm gonna replace this carpet. This carpet's pretty dirty. On the video it looks lighter than it should be, but it's pretty bad, especially in some other spots. It's pretty bad. And there's been all kinds of stuff that's been thrown on this ground, like from metal dust, sand, grease, oil. So it's getting changed. And of course the dashes, eventually everything else will be, the headliner, everything. Probably the only thing I'm gonna do next now is change out this mirror, because it's cracked, it's worn, it's old, and yeah. All right, y'all. Well, I hope y'all like this. I am super happy about it. Boom, look at that. Just super easy, and just sit down. I love it. This thing took me, what was it? Today's Sunday, yesterday was Saturday. Friday, I had an 18-hour shift. Got here like at 1-ish. Took a shower. Slept like at 2. Then I was on this all day Saturday, and then pretty much all day today Sunday. Right now it's like what time is it? 8:31. So yeah, pretty much all day. And by no means am I, how do I say this? Well, no, I take it back. I am, I don't know. I can be a perfectionist at times. But with this medication that I'm on, I don't know, or maybe it's not. I keep putting too much emphasis on that, but I try not to be. I try not to be. I would honestly say that I could have went back and I could have grinded all the sharp edges and get them all smooth and make them look nice, and even grind up some of my welds. Cause not all the welds came out bad, but grinded those down and smoothed them out and paint it and make it look real good. But when you gotta make stuff work and you gotta make stuff from scratch, like, and it's taking you time, like, because all this week that I'm gonna have, I'm probably gonna be out of town working, and when am I gonna have the time to work on it? I'm not, and it's just gonna be sitting there, and that bothers me. So when I'm off of work, I'm up and I'm doing this, and I did the best I can, and I'm proud of it. And I can't wait to do the passenger side now, because now at least I know where to grind, and I already got the blocks made, so it shouldn't take me 2 days. Shouldn't take me 2 days. Should maybe take me a day, half a day, something like that. But anyways, that concludes this video. That is 10 minutes now on just this video alone. And I'll see y'all next time.